Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Franchise Hour. Today is October 7, 2021, and we are discussing today a very sweet business and a very popular business, and that is we are talking about donuts today. In particular, Mr. Donut, who are in the business already for the longest time, and everybody knows how good Mr. Donuts tastes, and everybody likes the coffee and the donuts. They not only have very good donuts to eat, but they also have a very good franchise program. And to introduce the franchise program of Mr. Donuts, we have today with us the senior franchise manager of the brand of Mr. Donuts, and therefore we welcome now Miss Cherryl Carino. Welcome to the franchise hour, Cherry. And
Hello.
Cheryl, and we are happy to have Mr. Donuts today as our guest. And everybody knows Mr. Donut from the product side. Not everybody knows that it's actually a very good franchise opportunity, and it does not actually cost a fortune to become a franchisee. So a lot of people might not know that. So it's an opportunity now for our viewers of the Franchise Hour to learn that you can get a very good tasting product and a very sellable product, but also it will not cost you an arm and a leg and a house to get a franchise. All right. So I don't want to hold up longer, and we'll ask now Ms. Cheryl Carino to do her presentation. And I put up the presentation into the stream. And Cheryl, please go ahead and introduce Mr. Tona to us.
Hi. Good afternoon, Sir Rudolph, or Boss Rudolph Kotick. Thank you again on behalf of Mr. Donut. Thank you for the privilege and the chance to be able to present to your audience the business that Mr. Donut have. No? For those who are interested, those who are looking for businesses, okay? I hope that through this presentation, I'll be able to inspire you to go in a business, particularly as what Sir Rudolph mentioned, a sweet business that Mr. Donut offers. Now, allow me to give quick facts about the Mr. Donut franchise. Some of you, since as what Sir Rudolph mentioned, we have been more than 3 decades here in the Philippines. No? Some of you might have known us here in the Philippines already, but we are actually an international franchise brand. We are born in Boston way back 1955. However, we were the franchise of Mr. Donut in Boston was bought by a Japanese company, particularly Dustin Company Limited, and it was brought in the Philippines in 1982. Presently, Mr. Donut is found also in other countries like in Japan, Thailand, Taiwan, and Indonesia. In 1982, when it was first brought here in the Philippines, Mr. Donut is located in Recto, Manila. Now, after a year, Mr. Donut's franchise business venture started when it opened its first franchise store in Binyan, Laguna. And I'm proud to say and to share that this store that we opened in 1983 is still operational right now. So imagine 38 years, we've been doing this franchise business for 38 years already. And it's not only Binyan, Laguna, the first ever Mr. Donut franchise store who has survived the several economic turnovers, several calamities, several challenges. But our store also in Lawag, that's 34 years already. A dine-in store that you can see there, it's already a landmark in the area. And some other uh, locations also, they have surpassed the 2 decade mark for a business. Okay? So here in the Philippines, currently we're being operated by the Ramcar Food Group, the same uh, food or company, the same food company who manages KFC, Tokyo Tokyo, and Bigoli, one of the famous brands or that you have here in the Philippines. No? And we are registered in the Securities and Exchange Commission under the company Delisense Inc. Okay? We also operate and distribute nationwide. So Currently, we're at 500 plus franchise stores. We have over 15 company-owned stores and more than 3,000 key accounts outlets, and all of them are being served by Mr. Donut kitchens, strategically located in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So this is the reason also why even during the pandemic last year, at the early onset when there was a lockdown at the month of March, immediately we were able to reopen our stores because the kitchens or the commissaries are located in the provinces where majority of the Mr. Donut stores operate. Now, Mr. Donut, though donut is part of our name, contrary to what other people know, we do not only offer donuts and coffee, but we also have baked products, we have beverages, we have sandwiches and light meals that we are sure that you will enjoy. Okay? So in the screen right now, you can see the different beverages that we offer in various store types that and store formats that we have. So as you can see on the screen, we have the beverages. Yes, we have the blends. We have the iced coffee. We also have the famous Mr. Donut brewed coffee and hot chocolate. And of course, we have the milk tea. We have various rice meals. Our famous is beef tapa. Right now, we have also the chicken, okay, that I hope that you'll try. We have also been loved, okay, by customers because of spaghetti, cheesy meaty spaghetti that we offer. The sandwiches are also a hit, especially in the areas that we're in. The Mr. Donut has been a landmark dine-in store, and of course, we have the baked goods that I hope you'll be able to try. Okay? But apart from the donuts, Mr. Donut is also here to offer business opportunities not only to experienced business people, but also to those who would like to start a business in their little way. That's why I'm happy to present our franchise package and the investment details and try to share some success stories that our franchises have. Okay? So first, allow me to present to you the regular franchise packages that we have. So when I say regular all year round, you'll be able to see this, and in the coming years, they're still here. So we have the carts, we have the booth, and then we have the inline stores that can be dine-in or that can be a regular takeout. Now, an indoor kiosk or a regular cart of Mr. Donut costs about only above 300,000. But the 100,000 there is for your franchise. Now it's 4 square meter. The layout was made so that it's compact, but you can offer more products. Like you can offer coffee, and then you can offer milk tea because it has a portable sink, and you can put there a mini uh, ref chiller. Okay, in case you would like cold drinks to be offered also in your area. Now, we also have outdoor booth. Now, if, for example, your location or the site does not have a roof for you to put, or it's not inside the mall, we have an outdoor booth. Now, the good thing about outdoor booth is that it doesn't follow the mall or the location's operating hours. So you can operate as early as 6 a.m. Some stores, they open at around 5 because there are customers already. And you can close at your own time in the evening. So say for example 9 or 10 if the market still has some people buying in the area. Now our outdoor booth costs 395,000 and it already includes franchise fee. Okay? Now if you would like an inline kiosk because sometimes your location would be like it already has a prepared uh, format, and all we need to do is to put the showcase there. A 6 square meter will cost you around 530,000 inclusive of the franchise fee. However, the 530,000 here is quoted based on our construction cost quote. So if, for example, you have your own construction people, or you will be commissioning a local contractor who's adept no, doing these types of store format, your 530 might go lower, a little lower, okay, and it can save up. It will be a savings from your end. Now, in the malls, commonly, you'll see a Mr. Donut Cafe under the escalator. So that's how it is, pretty much laid out in majority of the malls that we have. Now, since this is 18 square meter, a little bigger, okay, the estimate cost is at around 1.5. million. So as you will notice, as the size goes bigger, and as we add on elements, okay, into the stores, as we add on products into the store formats, of course, there will be the budget, will be increased accordingly. Now, if you have an area or a location that can accommodate at least 30 square meter, and if in your area there is no dine-in store yet, might as well you can consider a dine-in store like a Mr. Donut that offers full meals already. Okay, so we have rice meals, we have snacks, okay, and then of course we have donuts and baked products, and make it a landmark in your area. Same as our Mr. Donut Lawag, same as our Mr. Donut Dingras, Mr. Donut Midsayap, okay, stores wherein they are the only dine-in stores there so that people can go to. So if in your provinces or if in your area there is no Mr. Donut yet, why don't you try? Or there is no dine-in store yet, well, I would like to invite you to try Mr. Donut because the product offerings are complete already. Okay. Now, as mentioned in our regular packages, okay, the franchise fee, it's inclusive already of the price. So that's already 100,000 pesos. Our franchise term is for 3 years. Okay, you can renew it. Our renewal fee is usually 50% of the prevailing franchise rate that we have. Now, the other fees, of course, that you will need to consider will be small wares and the uniform of your crew. That's roughly around 15,000. And then the mobilization cost, that's 20,000. And you need to post a bond. No? So security deposit, that's 50,000 pesos, but that's refundable upon closure of your store. Okay? Now, for those whose budget does not meet yet, okay, the requirement for a purchase of a full cart, we are happy to inform you that Mr. Donut offers a 90-day business trial package. So when we say we are offering a 90-day business trial package, how much will you be will you need to prepare? For 100,000 pesos cash outlay, you will be able to open your 4 square meter Mr. Donut store. So imagine that in your area, if there is an available 4 square meter property, and the area suits, okay, the market that Mr. Donut caters to, why don't you invest on a business trial package of Mr. Donut? So how does it work? Okay, so as I mentioned, this is going to be a 90-day business trial, but first allow me to give the investment breakdown. Okay, so 50,000 pesos will most likely go to the asset because of course you need a showcase or you need a car to sell Mr. Donut. If you're not purchasing it, okay, we're yet because you're on business trial, we're going to rent it out to you. So the cost is 2,000 per month. So since it's going to be 3 months, so that's 6,000 pesos. And as I mentioned, you need to purchase the small wares, the COVID shield. So that's a requirement already by IATF and then DOH, the acrylic shield, and then of course the team member uniform, and then inclusive of the 50,000 is crates cabinet, and then the mobilization fee or the delivery and setup fee of your card. Now, 100,000 cash outlay, 50,000 will go to the materials that you'll be using, okay? And for the setup of the cart, the other 50,000, it will be your security deposit or the product bond, and of course, the incidental expense bond. So what do we mean when we say incidental expense bond? If in case there will be damages that the cart that we on loan to you, there will be damages incurred, no, incurred in the process of using it, then of course it will be deducted in the incidental expense. So imagine that for 100,000 pesos, you'll be able to have or you will be able to start a Mr. Donut franchise. And the beauty of it is that after 90 days, if for example it's not feasible in your area, you can refund the 50,000 pesos. So if you're going to think about it, oh, for 50,000, I can already start a Mr. Donut and have a real feel of being an entrepreneur and running an international franchise brand. Okay. Now, Before I move on to another store format that we offer, allow me to emphasize the beauty of a business trial package. You know, when you choose a business, it's also like choosing a marriage partner. Okay, so the beauty of the business that we offer is that you can always back out. Okay, so when we choose a business, it sometimes you do not really know if it will fit you unless you experience it. At the onset, some people might say that, Mr. Donut, it's just easy to operate because you will just display the packages, the donuts, and then you will sell it to the people. However, we would like you to experience that for you to be able to totally say that, yes, this business is a fit for me. So the 90-day business trial will allow you to experience the business on hand without actually signing for a long-term contract with us or the 3-year contract, because business trial package will only run for 3 months. So for that 3 months, you'll get the feel how would an entrepreneur be like. Okay, if I am running a Mr. Donut store, what would my routine be? And then you'll be able to validate, is this something that you will really like to run? Because after all, after the 3-month period, if it becomes successful, you'll be signing a regular contract, and then it will entail that we're going to be with each other for 3 months. Okay, so you are not only testing the business, no, but you're also testing your market in the area. So imagine if you're going to invest outright a big amount of money, but what if it turned out that after a month it doesn't click? Okay, not your all your market will be buying from it. Okay, as opposed to having a business that is short term, I will try first. If it's okay in the market, I will continue. But if not, I might look for another location, or I might just put a stop on it. And perhaps in the future, the market will be ready. So that's the beauty of the business trial package. Also, you'll also be able to assess if the partnership or the work relationship between you and the people whom you will work with, Mr. Donut, is something that you can, what do you call this, something that you can live with. Because of course, we are not a perfect franchisors. There might be concerns or problems that will be addressed. So those things you need to experience before you finally sign a 3-year contract with us. And from our end, since I mentioned the business trial package is like a honeymoon stage, from our end, we would also like to get to know you better. Are you the partner that can also help us bring the Mr. Donut brand and represent the Mr. Donut brand in your area? Are you the right partner for us? So that's the purpose of the business trial package. Okay, which I hope you'll be able to try. Okay. Now, for those who of you watching right now, but you do not have a location yet, Mr. Donut is proud to launch the Mr. Donut on Wheels. Actually, the Mr. Donut on Wheels has been running around and offering donuts to the locals of each provinces even before the pandemic. However, we do not offer this for franchise. But last year, we saw that there might be an opportunity because we have started to receive inquiries and requests to allow them to franchise the Mr. Donut on Wheels. Okay. Now, the 4 provinces, this is the usually what we will recommend, the L300 van. Okay, it's like a food truck, a small food truck. Okay. Now, the cost of customization for Mr. Donut L300 van usually cost around 700,000. But it does not include the purchase of course, the L300 van. Now, what most of our applicants do, or what most of our franchises do, is that um, they purchase the van and they enroll the van on an amortized payment arrangement, and then they let us customize it. So while they are using the van and while they're selling donuts, they are also earning the amortization that they will pay. So it makes sense. So not much capital or cash outlay will be paid upfront, but rather it's amortized since it's installment. Now you will be arranging an installment plan for your dealer of the Mitsubishi L300 van. What's nice about our food truck or the Mr. Donut van on the go is that it already have two solar panels and two battery pack power source, which will save you from the use of your batteries, no? Because of course, when you run the Mr. Donut L300 van in towns or provinces where you will visit, okay, it will entail that the battery will also need to provide for electricity for the showcase or if you have a mini cooler inside your van. Okay. Now, we recommend the L300 van usually for provinces wherein the towns are separated by rough roads or the distance between one town to another is really far because this type of van can withhold the stress in traveling, okay, from one town to another so that you can offer or sell the Mr. Donut business. Okay. Now, usually our van, as you can see in the picture, no, it caters to communities dominated by lower C and D market, usually the middle-income earners. Here in the city or in urban areas, we suggest that the locations that you choose will be barangay hall and public markets. And on venues where community events and LGU-initiated activities will be held. Now, although you're not going to pay for rent, but of course, you still need to get your DTI permit. You also need to talk to your barangay and get a business permit from your LGU. This time for it's going to be a permit for a rolling trade store. Okay. Usually, you can make around 10,000 pesos. So that's roughly 350 pieces donuts, no? Some baked products, and some instant beverages, and of course, bottled water. So on a monthly basis, no, your projected income will can go at a minimum or an average of around 40,000. Okay? In 2 years, you'll be able to pay back your Mr. Donut Ban on the Go investment. Okay? Now, if for example, your trade area can cater to a Mr. Donut on wheels asset, but the van, let's say, for example, is too big for it. Okay, or again, you have a limited budget, then we can offer you the Mr. Donut on Trike. Mr. Donut Trike. Okay, so a Mr. Donut Trike is of course much cheaper. Again, the arrangement will be you will be the one to purchase your motor vehicle. What we usually recommend is a vehicle that has a displacement of 155 ccm. Okay, why 155 ccm? Because it's the the displacement of the engine will be able to carry the sidecar. So the sidecar has the showcase, of course, or it's made of glass, no, and some a cooler. There's a cooler there so that you can sell cold beverages. Okay, so in less than more or less 200,000, you'll be able to have one unit that is similar to what you see in the picture. Okay, now where do we bring our Mr. Donut on Wheels trike? Now the trike cannot, of course, travel very far, so the movement will just be from one barangay to another, one subdivision to another, one community to another. But similar to Mr. Donut Van on the Go, you will still be required to get your business permits. Okay, so again, DTI permit, your permit for rolling trade store, and of course, you need to talk to the barangays and arrange in advance, okay, your visit to their area. Now, in lieu of rent, what you usually pay are tickets because sometimes if you need to park here, okay, the owner of the lot will get or will ask you to pay for a parking fee, but that's minimal. Usually, on the average, the highest ticket or fee that our operator pay is 100 pesos. So if you imagine, in 1 month, that's just 3,000. Still cheaper, okay, compared to a regular rent that you pay. Now, on the average, this type of unit sells around 5,000, an income monthly of 15,000, but you can recover your investment of more or less 200,000 pesos for 1 year. This type, yung Mr. Donut on Wheels Strike, already have a solar panel also to save on the battery, okay, of the motorcycle that will be pulling or that will be used for the Mr. Donut on Wheels Strike. Okay, we also have a Mr. Donut Mini. This time, For those of you who already own a supermarket or a convenience store that is local to your area, or if you have a chain of stores already, we have a Mr. Donut Mini. Okay, a mini cart offer for you. Okay, so for a mini cart offer, you will have a total, you will own, your investment is only at around 125,000 pesos. And of course, you need to post a deposit that is refundable. So that's around 25. So the initial cash outlay that you will need to prepare is just 150,000 pesos. Now, why do we recommend it to those who have grocery stores or who have convenience stores? So perhaps in your supermarket, local, or in your convenience store, there is an area there that can still accommodate a 1.5 meter, 1 meter to 1.5 meter cart, then might as well make money out of that space. So you put Mr. Donut Mini in that location. Okay. Now, I mentioned a while ago that we offer more than donuts. Okay, so not many people know that we offer also baked products or the snack wits or the pasta. Okay, but of course, the product offerings that we have will depend on the store size. Okay, so if for example you're franchising a kiosk or a booth, no, 4 square meter or 6 square meter, you cannot carry all the products. Why? Because it will not, the equipment that you need to use will of course not fit on the particular asset that you franchised or you bought, okay, or on your store format. So what are the products that I can offer? So for example, you purchase a kiosk, a booth, you can offer donuts, no, you can offer baked products, you can offer also instant beverages. Okay. But you cannot offer the prepared beverages. So, for example, you would like brewed coffee, you would like ice blends, you would like fruit blends. It cannot be offered because the equipment that you need will not be able to fit on the 4 square meter store. Okay. Same way, if you would like sandwiches, if you would like spaghetti, if you would like light meals, no, you need to have a bigger location. So, this one, the snack which the prepared beverages, no, it can only be offered on a counter cafe or on an 18 square meter uh, size of store. Okay. At the same time, for the light meals, it's only available in our dine-in shops, no, starting at 20 square meter for us to be able to fit in all the shop equipment, okay, in the area. Okay, of course, another thing that we consider in terms of product offering is, of course, the availability of the raw materials in the catering plant. And if your lessor approves of carrying those products, okay, because sometimes there are lessors that will not allow cooking in the area, even if it's big. Okay, so that's one of the things that we need to address. Okay, now, right. So since I'm a guest, Mr. Rudolph, no, invited us, we would like to offer you some discounts and good opportunities to help you start, okay, your Mr. Donut business. Because you know, when you start a business, you need to put in a lot of cash, but allow us to present a special offer for you. Okay, so we will offer a 50,000 franchise fee discount and a 4-year franchise term if you will meet all these conditions. So number one, okay, you open three shops within 3 to 6 months or within your business trial period. What do I mean by this? Remember a while ago, I showed a business trial package. Okay, so what you can do is, okay, I would like to try Mr. Donut, but I'll try a business trial package one. And then on the second month, you decide that this is feasible and this will be viable, and there I have another location. Okay, so I would like to try again. So you avail again another package. Then on the third month, okay, you saw another location which may be a good fit for Mr. Donut. Okay, remember the business trial period of the first store that you open will run only for 3 months, okay, or 90 days. So at the end of that month, you will be evaluated. The performance of the store will be assessed, and if it merits conversion, of course, you will already need to settle the franchise fee. Okay, so instead of paying 100,000 for the franchise fee, okay, you will be given a discount of 50% off because you are operating 3 stores already. And instead of 3 years, 4-year term, no, will be given to your contract or license. Right? Now, there are just some mechanics that we would like to emphasize. Of course, all the sites should be proposed by the applicant, meaning it's you who look for that applicants. And during the time that you will convert to a regular shop, okay, all the 3 stores that you propose should be operational. Okay? Okay. All right. So what if, for example, I only have one location? Don't worry, we have a franchise, no franchise fee offer. All right. So I'll begin in Luzon. Okay. So no franchise fee for this location. If you are a businessman or entrepreneur with extra spaces in your area, okay, or if you're a local of these provinces, why don't you look for a 4 square meter space so that you can enjoy the no franchise fee offer that we have, okay, for the year. So we have La Union, okay, so if you're in the provinces of Carlatan, Rosario, Bacnotan, San Fernando, Arengay, and Agoo, or in your in La Union, if the place is not there, but you might as well try, why not? But, if it's inside the La Union and there's no Mr. Donut store, you might consider. Okay, and then in Pangasinan, we have Bangaldan, Malasike, and Santa Barbara. Zambales, if you are in Iba, Santa Cruz, Masinloc, you know places there or other areas in Zambales. Ilocos also. Palawan, but in Palawan, it should be outside Puerto Princesa because we have so much stores already in Puerto Princesa. Quezon Province, Nueva Ecija, and Montalban, Rizal. If you're looking for a location in these areas, okay, and you apply to us, no franchise fee, that's a saving of 100,000 pesos. All you need to do is to invest on an asset. Okay? Uh, in Visayas, here are the areas where we offer the no franchise fee promo. Okay, so we have Cebu, Iloilo, Tacloban, Bacolod, and Bohol. If you're in Bohol, okay, we have lots of areas in Tagbilaran already. So the nearby cities are after Tagbilaran. Okay, that would be considered, okay, for the no franchise fee offer. For Mindanao, we have Zamboanga, General Santos City, and as far as Sultan Kudarat. Okay, and then Cagayan de Oro, Surigao, and Bukidnon. Okay, so again, if you have areas or sites, minimum size of 4 square meter, we would like to invite you to apply with Mr. Donut and avail of our no franchise fee offer. Now, some question that you might have on your mind. Okay, if I apply for this, but I would like to try it first, can I still avail of the no franchise fee offer? The answer is yes. Okay, so what will we do? Okay, so you try the business first for 3 months, and then if after 3 months, if it will merit conversion, then by the time you convert, you will not pay for the franchise fee anymore. Okay, because you were able to avail of this limited time offer that we are presenting right now. All right? Now, you, of course, part of the due diligence that we do with every time that we think of a business that we would like to put, or we are searching for a business that best fit us, okay, are some criteria. So please indulge with me, no, as I present uh, to you the reasons why Mr. Donut is a good choice or option for entrepreneurs. So number one, Mr. Donut is well known and it's established already here in the Philippines. So when I say well known, since we are present in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and in majority of the provinces, no, who does not know Mr. Donut? Okay, so it's easy to sell products if the brand that you carry is of course known. And we are already established. If you remember, I mentioned a while ago, we're 38 years already in running a franchise business. So the system is pretty much strong. You can be we are confident enough, no, to tell you that this is something that we have proven already. The system is proven already. Okay, and it's not something that you'll be afraid that what if, for example, after 3 years, will Mr. Donut be there? Okay, so allow us to present to you the different stores, no, that we have that has survived the several economic downturns and challenges for 38 years already. So I think that's a good testament to what I mentioned, that Mr. Donut is an established business already. Okay. Also, we are distributing nationwide. So if you are in Kalinga, Apayao, down to the province of Sulu, we can cater to your interest to put Mr. Donut in your area. Okay? Guaranteed product profit. So how do we compute the product profit? Our products are most likely prepared already, except of course for the meals. You need to prepare it in store. So our product, when we deliver it to you, it's prepared. Okay? So since there are no more preparations in the store, all right, the profit margin is not varying. Okay, so when I say varying, because sometimes when you prepare products, okay, the profit that you will gain from it, no, will vary from one product to another. Okay, but pretty much here we had established, okay, all the donuts, it will not go lower than 30%. Okay, our donut margins right now is as high as 38%, up to 32%. We also have 30% guaranteed gross margin, but there is no donut product that comes lower than 30%. Right? It's also easy to do an inventory with the donuts because it's per piece. Okay? And then, of course, we have continuing franchise support. In the succeeding page, I'll show you how we assist our Mr. Donut franchisees after they sign up with Mr. Donut. And, of course, we are classified under the essential franchise, being the category that we are in is in the food industry. If you are curious how we are during the time or at the height of the pandemic, last year it was announced March 16 that we will be going on ECQ. So March 17, of course, all the stores are closed. I think every store here in the Philippines had to close because we are still waiting for the announcement or some guidelines. Okay, but a few weeks after, one of our stores started to open one by one. Okay, because we were allowed, given the category we are in, and our advantage. We have kitchens strategically located in the provinces. So not all the stocks will be coming here in Manila, okay? But your donuts will be delivered in the commissary where you are nearest in whatever province you belong. Okay? All right. Now, here are some of the support that we offer to you. So, in terms of operations, a business operations consultant and an operations manager will, of course, be assigned to guide you and to look into the performance of your stores. They will be scheduling business review. Okay. So, when we say business review, they will always ask you, ma'am, how is your sales going? Let's meet and look at the numbers. Okay. And then, of course, we have rewards and recognition for performing shops and for performing franchisees. And we are proud to say that as a franchise brand, we have a dedicated customer care hotline. We call it help desk. So if franchisees have concerns on deliveries, on billing, they have asset repair requests, they have training requests, and all other requests that they can think of, they can call the hotline or the help desk team, and we will be glad to assist you from end to end of your concern. In terms of marketing, of course, our corporate marketing brand will take care of the ads and promos at the marketing level. And we will also work with you on how you will further market Mr. Donut in your local trade area by having some local promos or activities that best suit your trade area. In terms of training, okay, we also continuously offer free basic operations training, okay, for our frontliners, and the franchisees also receive training, okay, for the essential competencies that they must have as operators. Okay, we also have training app. Okay, in our training app, every time that you need a module, you want to go back to what was taught to you, you can just click on the app, and then from there you will be able to see the information that you need. And more importantly, of course, we innovate. Mr. Donut is a brand that innovates and regularly launch new products to create excitement, to continuously create excitement to the customers that we have in the areas that we serve. Okay. To our existing franchisees, we also offer assistance in evaluating the proposed site. So when we say assistance in evaluating the proposed site, we were able to establish a system where right now where when mobility is limited, we did not be there to be able to study. Okay, but during the time or pre-pandemic, usually our guys, business development guys, visit the area. But right now, we'll be able to establish a system that we can evaluate, okay, the location even without physically going to the area. Okay, and the good thing also about our franchise system is that we allow you to earn through several sales channels at no extra fee. Okay, remember here in Mr. Donut, once you franchise a store, you pay the franchise fee once and you enjoy for 3 years the privilege of opening as much stores as you like. Okay, so for example, you're opening your first regular store, you pay 100,000 upfront franchise fee. On the second store that you will open, a regular store, for example, you start as trial and then you convert a regular store, you don't need to pay for a franchise fee because the franchise fee that you have, the first store that you open, will cover for it for 3 years. The same way, when you pay for a renewal, you only pay for one renewal fee, and again, you will enjoy, okay, the privilege of opening as many stores as you like. But of course, the asset you need to invest on it. Okay? Plus, we do not collect fees or royalty for additional sales channel that you will open. Now, what is the sales channel that I'm talking about? Now, physical stores right now, no, have been really affected by the limited mobility of customers. Even if you're in the mall, there's still a limited foot traffic in the mall. No? So, of course, our franchisees will need to have additional channels to increase their sales revenue. So what we did with them is we allowed them to have online selling through their official shop, Facebook pages, Instagram, and online platforms. No? So they can also talk to a store or a convenience store near their area, and they can be the distributor of a baked product or a distributor of the instant beverages, or they can recruit resellers who will be able to help them book sales, okay, and offer Mr. Donut to barangays where the resellers are located. Okay, so as you can see, the sales or our franchise system is not only limited to the store that you initially franchise. No, along the way, as you are growing with Mr. Donut, no, we will always be there. Okay, so we always mind the business of our business partners because there is a moral obligation built in within us that you franchised Mr. Donut, so allow us to give you an advice for as long as we are working with each other, so that you'll be able to make the most out of your investment, so that you will always have a continuing stream of revenues. Okay? And so that you will be able to, of course, recover your investment with us. Our commitment with us is we will not put you in a situation wherein your money will be gone. So even if before you franchise Mr. Donut, no, we will discuss with you, ma'am, this is the location that you have proposed. Now, is that the characteristic of the trade area based on the initial assessment that we have? Should you decide to push through, allow us to present the financials simulation of that area, because we would like to be careful and we are also diligent in our dealings with you, our applicants. Okay, so that's the commitment of Mr. Donut. We are not just after your money, but because we know that the money that you will invest for Mr. Donut is something that you have saved for, something that you have worked with. Some of you, it may be a lifetime savings. So when you decide, you can bank on it that Mr. Donut will not, what we call this, we just waste it. Okay? We will help you intelligently decide by sharing with you what type of trade area is this, what is the potential, and how much will I earn. And then from that advice, okay, we know that you'll be able to decide accordingly, okay, and make a good use out of your money. Okay. Now, for those who are interested, okay, with the offers that I was able to share, okay, So we only have three steps. So number one, you will need to email us. So later on, I'll be showing the contact details on where you can email. Okay, so you email us, you send us a picture of the location wherein you would like to put a Mr. Donut, and then we will reply from there and send you the initial forms, so the application, the letter of intent. Okay. Oh, if you would like to visit, okay, the website of FIFA, okay, you can also download the Mr. Donut application form and letter of intent there. If you are qualified or upon submission of requirement, we will process your application. Our franchise officer will be calling you for an initial interview and a business presentation also. And then if you're okay, if you pass that initial document screening, the site is okay, you will be scheduled for a final interview. So after you are interviewed, that's the time that you will be asked to submit some of the requirements, some other requirements that will support your application. That is the only time where you will pay the fees, okay, that I have presented to you a while ago. So during the time that you're asking or inquiring or you're during the preliminary screening, you will not pay anything from us. Okay, you will just pay us after you are interviewed and after you have signed the contract. Okay. All right. So after you sign the contract, of course, that's onboarding already. For the information or for those asking how long does it take to franchise Mr. Donut, assuming everything is okay in terms of location, meaning after your approval from the interview, there is no more need no for the lessor to approve your application. Assuming there is no hassle in applying for permits, etc., etc. The fastest that we can open is 3 to 4 weeks or within a month. Okay, so for you to be able to visualize that, those who apply to us in the first week usually are able to open their store on the fourth week. Okay, but of course, it will depend on the type of format of the store. So if, for example, it's a test market store, just a cart, so there is no construction involved there, so definitely or most likely, you'll be able to open on the last week of the month, so 3 to 4 weeks. If it's dine-in, there is a construction involved, so usually it takes 30 to 60 days, depending on the speed or the phase of the construction. Okay. Now, we would like to remind everybody that given the continuing limitations in mobility, and all the transactions that we have are online. So we have been processing applications remotely, okay, because we are also not yet back in the office. Okay, so for all our applicants, email and access to internet is a must because all the transactions or application processes are done online. Even the interviews are done online. The training is done online. Okay. Please be reminded also that we will process applications only that we receive that have complete requirements. Meaning you will not get interviewed unless you submit the initial requirements. Okay. We also do not charge processing fee as mentioned to you. Okay. And then in terms of payment, we usually do it via online bank transfer to the account of Daily Sense. Now, our official touch points, as you can see on your screen, it's fms at mrdonut.ph. Okay, you can reach us. Since we are not yet in the office, this is the number that you can call. So 0917-889-6148 or 0917-103-6047. So again, I would like to thank you for indulging and taking time to listen to the business that Mr. Donut offers. So we look forward to the opening of your first Mr. Donut store, and after the first store, more stores, of course, after. Okay? All right?
Well, thank you so much, Cheryl, for your excellent presentation. We have two questions here. One is from Mr. Robert Brana. Where is the best location since you already are in 7-Eleven branches?
Okay. The 7-Eleven branches that we have are considered as key accounts. So don't worry if, for example, your location is beside 7-Eleven. It will still work. Number one, the Mr. Donut, we have stores that are located across 7-Eleven, so a few steps away. We have stores located outside 7-Eleven. So don't be afraid if there is already a 7-Eleven, you will still get approved. But of course, we'll need to look into the area that you are applying for, and some other factors like rent, etc. So if I understand the question right, what is the best location currently? Am I correct? So allow me to share with you. Before the pandemic, usually what we would recommend are locations within high foot traffic areas like terminals, yan, terminals, schools, offices. But right now, what the location that really works best are within the community, because even if there will be lockdowns, your business can still operate because the people inside your community will still be able to access you. So terminals right now are not very good options. So look into where people are. Mostly they're in the barangays or in the community. So that's a shift of the location or site selection trend. Rudolph. And Robert, thank you for the question.
All right. And then we have a question from Glendy Kipalios. I think he was joined us late because you actually answered that. Do you have kiosk? How much is the franchise and total investment for a kiosk?
All right. So for Glenn, quickly, although because I know that you can watch this again, the video, okay, when you click on the Facebook. A regular franchise kiosk of 4 square meter will cost you 310,000. Okay, but if for example you have not built up that money yet, no, we have a business trial package wherein the initial cash outlay is 100,000. Okay, so you will still have time to build up on your funds. At the same time, experience the Mr. Donut business and get to feel how it is to be a franchisee of Mr. Donut without having to shell out the fee or the regular fee that we require. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Cheryl. And now, before we end the franchise hour for today, we give you some information what's going on in the franchise world. So first of all, thank you to Ms. Cherryl Carino for being my guest today from Mr. Donuts. If you want to learn more about franchising, you can request my book all about franchising. Just send us a message, and you can get my book for free. That's for free. It's PDF format. Most of the franchises in the Philippines, or a lot of them, have been developed by Aki Franchise Consultancy. So if you want to have also your company professionally developed into a franchise, please get in touch with us. We prepare the structure of the franchise, the manuals, the marketing materials, the legal side, contracts, side agreements, the franchise disclosure, franchise website, franchisor manual, and we can even bring you worldwide. So get in touch with us at 8912-2946 or 8912-2973. So we developed more than 800 companies in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and 100 from abroad. If you're watching from outside the Philippines and you want your business to be developed, please get in touch with us through franmundo.com, our international development company. Also, if you're in the business of distribution, our sister company, GoFran, helps distributor manualize and professionalize their distributorship. So we have a distributorship package there with the structure, the marketing flyers, the legal aspect, and distributorship manual, and of course, territorial mapping. You can get in touch with GoFran in Manila 8736-6940 or 0933-864-2551. And of course, all our franchisors, and also Mr. Donut, is a member of the Filipino International Franchise Association. We also help companies get the trademarks, which is very important if you go into franchising. So you can get in touch with us for the trademark. We're also publisher of the franchise magazine franchising.ph. So the October issue is out right now, and the October issue topic is the FIFA Expos. Since we are organizing in this quarter of the year 4 expos, and the first expo we are doing is running right now CebuFranchise.com, the 22nd Cebu Franchise Expo Virtual Edition. And of course, Mr. Donut is part of the expo. So go there. 30 plus companies have the opportunities on display at CebuFranchise.com. And on Saturday, we have a virtual franchise seminar, free. You don't need anything but to log on Facebook at Cebu Franchise. So this time it's Cebu Franchise, and I will do a seminar about franchising. I actually changed the topic. It's called as franchising E to Z, and we have as guests who present, of course, Mr. Donut, Mr. Chef, Family Mart, Espresso Go Forward, and My Home Philippines. And then from October 16 to 30, we have the 16th Mindanao Franchise Expo at MindanaoFranchise.com. And then in November, we have the 5th Iloilo Franchise Expo from November 5 to 15, and the 3rd Palawan Franchise Expo from November 20 to 30. If you want to see also our previous issues of the franchise hour, if you want to view all the franchise hours, you can find them on our YouTube channel, RK Franchise. Okay, all of our most of our franchise hours are there. And next Thursday, we welcome Mr. Chef, which is an international laundry franchise, and we have the expansion manager, Miss Jana Nandamas, and Federico Lukban, who is the expansion executive for Asia, with us in the program. So with this, I would like to thank Ms. Cherryl Carino for being my guest for today. And please visit the expo, CebuFranchise.com. Mr. Donuts is there. You can request the franchise for Mr. Donuts at the expo. And you can also get in touch with Ms. Che at the numbers we plug in, 0917-103-6047, or email her at fms@mrdonuts.ph. So I hope I'll see you all on Saturday at our seminar. And I would like to thank Ms. J for being my guest today. And I would like to thank all our viewers for this week. And I see you again next Thursday at 4 o'clock as usual. Thank you so much and have a good week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.